So, good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live from our studio here in South Florida for one of our spotlight streams where we go over new games just coming out into the industry. We focus a lot on games on Kickstarter, and tonight we have the pleasure of showing off Vengeance by Greenbrier Games. And we are joined today with the game designer, Gordon Kaleha. How you doing, Gordon?
Good. Thank you.
Uh,
So this
so,
was a Kickstarter game,
yeah,
and now it's delivering.
now it's delivering. Okay.
Yes.
So, first and foremost, let's get into some pre-introductions. I
Yeah.
skipped over that part. So as usual, I'm Matt,
And I'm Josh.
and as I said before, we are joined by the game designer Gordon. And we would like to point out that this stream and all of this week's streams are sponsored by Vengeance
Yeah.
by Greenbrier. All right, so getting into the nitty-gritty of things a little bit, Gordon. You've got a pretty extensive background here in terms of game design as a whole. What are some of your credentials that you have?
I guess I'm mainly a game academic. I'm a game researcher, which I've done for a long time. I guess 15 years now, and I've been managing big game research centers, first in Copenhagen, now in Malta, for the last 10 years, and started, publishing games from about 2012 with an art game I made, a video game adaptation of Love Will Tear Us Apart, the Joy Division song. And then did a bunch of work for hire, did some consultancy before on game design with bigger companies, and then moved into board games, which is not accurate. I was always much more into tabletop gaming since I was a kid, and designed lots of systems which I never published as a kid. And then just got back into it and got back into my passion.
So that's what drew you into the industry for the board gaming as a career. You were looking as a kid. You really enjoyed the whole industry, and then you moved into the digital side of things, and now you're transitioning back to the board
Yeah,
game side. You're coming back
yeah,
to the dark side.
yeah. I was into tabletop role playing and wargaming, historical first, and then when Warhammer came around, I started really early. I think I was playing historical stuff at about 8, um, and went on from there. And my dad's idea of babysitting me was basically, here's some dice and some miniatures, go at it. And soon it became, okay, make a system for a siege, and da 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 da. And so I started sort of designing stuff or designing little situations throughout, which stupidly has really helped me now. I don't know, because I have this kind of instinctive way of modeling situations, I guess. I don't know.
So a lot of your games I saw have like a very deep emotional feel to them. Is that kind of your launching off point when you're doing your game design?
Nah, I'm just an emotional guy. No, I don't know. I just get an image in my mind, and a vivid image, and if that image moves me and it sticks in my head, then I kind of just go with that often. Yeah, so that literally will be it. Like, or particular, yeah, maybe it is a particular feeling that translates into a set of images in my mind that then, become an idea for a game, I guess.
All right. So your one of your first games, "Will Love Tear Us Apart." That's based off the Joy Division song, and I know it's got some critical acclaim. You were in. It had a feature article in Rolling Stone. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was on all major uh, PC sort of magazines, and yeah, it was all over the place, especially after Rolling Stone. It was on NFM, yeah, Pitchfork magazine, Alt Culture, whatever. It was on like 200 something sites in the first week, and ended up getting a couple of awards, or getting nominated for a couple of awards, and missing all of them. So
But
yeah, it surprisingly like some acclaim. Yeah.
that's really awesome, though. So I know the inspiration came from the Joy Division song. What was like the motivation to take that and run with it?
And to be honest, I wrote fiction for a long while, and then I was doing academic writing, and the academic writing pushed me away from the fiction because I was so tired of writing and drier academic stuff all day that I just wanted to do something with others, to do something in a team. So that was the initial sort of practical motivation. So I moved from writing fiction to making things and making experiences and writing stuff, but with others. But the main thing for the Joy Division song was more of a curiosity about, can you make a game, which is a simulation, about something metaphorical, something more ephemeral, you know? And I wanted to do an adaptation of a poem initially, since poems are metaphors and games are simulations, and those two things seem to clash. I just was curious to see if it could be done. And then the Joy Division song, Level Terrace Apart, just kind of stuck in my head one night, and it just stayed there and stayed there. And I would wake up in the middle of the night with these images, like Dürer, like woodcut images of the scenes that the lyrics made. And then, yeah, I called an ex of mine, one of my best friends, and we stepped in the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning, and said, "Join the division, level terrace apart, game, you should do the art for it. Imagine it as a game. Think about it." And she's like, "Yes, we should do it." And that's it. We got some funds from the Maltese government to do it. Got a team together, and we made it for no apparent reason.
Because it's stuck in your head. That's where it
Yeah,
came from.
yeah. That's what happens. Even with Vengeance, just got this image stuck in my head. I got this emotion stuck in my head. How you would, and I thought it was weird that revenge being such a common theme in other media, you don't really see it in board games that much. Like a game about that such visceral, powerful human, emotion and drive. And so I wanted to do something literally about that drive, about the satisfaction of taking revenge on somebody that wronged you, essentially. And of course, the revenge movies then, were a quick succession, like of images inspired by especially the Vengeance trilogy from Chan-wook Park, All Boy particularly. And yeah, then I got into my head to try and do something kind of cinematic, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, just from the test rounds we were playing earlier, this has a very cinematic feel to it, and you could very easily visualize what's going on in the game. So I definitely see the influence from the motion picture industry within this. So that's very awesome.
Thank you. That was
Uh,
the game.
so then finally going through, I know music's got a big influence on your games as a whole, and I know that Vengeance has a recommended soundtrack to play along with it as well, right?
Yeah. I made a mix for it. It was something I wanted to do for the backers, I guess. Early on when I started making the game, I basically had when I design, I always have a playlist. I just start chucking songs in a playlist while I work. From the very first time I start doodling anything, I have this growing playlist. Every time I work with it, I'm testing it, whatever, I'm always have this thing on. And so my iPhone, if I'm walking around thinking about the game, and that just helps me get in the mood and helps me remember what I was doing the time before. And basically, that soundtrack is the mix is that playlist, but parts of that playlist organized to the as much as I could to the turns of the game. So there's the wronging. I try to take the average times of the tests we had, and try to do these kind of different tempos, which I don't know might have worked, might not, but it's something.
So how do you feel that the music adds to the immersion of the actual gameplay?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's somehow in my gaming group about a year ago, this started becoming a must. I started with Battlestar Galactica. We started playing that game constantly and losing every time to the Cylons. And we put on. It was easy because I mean the soundtrack fits so well, and that game is so good at adapting the series. And from then onwards, it became just a must for us to have music in the background. So I started spending a bit too much time fiddling with the music. I really enjoy music. I DJ quite a bit, and so getting the right kind of mood, and so on seemed to really help our sessions. And yeah, then I thought if I make my own game, I should. I mean, I had the same similar thing for Post-Human, but I never really made a mix. And I figured, yeah, that's a bit silly. Why don't I do something for my own game? I would love it, like if there was dedicated DJs that made mixes or soundtracks for the length of the game.
That's awesome. And we were talking about that before the stream and how It would be really nice to do, but unfortunately, some terms of service things with copyrights, we can't
Yeah.
exactly toss that on in the background. But I mean, we'll definitely do it for our personal games, that's for sure. So without any further ado, let's jump into talking a little bit more about Vengeance and just the game as a whole. So we were saying before that it's a very cinematic game with the classic revenge feel to it, where someone has been wronged, and there's even the wronging phase of the game, right?
Yeah.
So the game is going to take us through several paths here, and then let me show this off in our other camera. So we're going to start off in the wronging, and then in classic movie trope form, we move on to the montage, and everyone loves a good montage in a movie. So obviously, cinema plays a huge role in this. And so, Gordon, do you want to tell us a little bit more about just the game as a whole and some more of your inspirations and things that we should be on the lookout for when we get into the playthrough of the game itself?
Sure. So, as we've been saying, it's a sort of adaptation of revenge movies like Old Boy, Kill Bill, and that kind of thing. So I was aiming for that ebb of feeling downtrodden and bashed and having a lack of agency maybe in what you do initially, and then getting stronger and stronger as these movies go, and alternating between these more tactical montage phases, which are more choosing your cards, sort of strategizing, and then fast-paced action fights essentially, which would create hopefully these mental images of doing cool stuff like backflips and knifing people in the head and stuff like that. So yeah, that's sort of the idea of the flow, and it starts off, as you're saying, with the wronging, which is you getting beaten up. In game mechanic terms, that's where your strategy is set up, basically. And that deeply informs what's going to happen in the rest of the game. That decides how you're going to make points. And then it alternates between montage turns and fight turns. Montage turns are for initial dice draft. The dice draft create the dice rolled by everyone in the pool, sort of, and then people draft back to their quota. And the idea there is simply to have a bit of a varying economy with every montage turn. And you supplement those with cards that you have in your hand. The basic game, you just play play 3 cards out of 6 that you have, and you get them back. The hardcore game, which is a bit more tactically interesting, maybe, you have 9 cards to start off with. You have the initial 6 and 3 worst ones, and then you discard 2 out of every 3 every time, and you just keep 1. So you have to kind of think, all right, how many of my heals am I going to use now, blah, blah. And then you go into the fight, which is sort of the heart of the game, and it's timer. I would suggest you play with the timers. 3 rolls of these combat dice that have different faces, each of which is a particular action, like move 1 zone, kill somebody in the same zone. Pretty simple. And in of itself, that's kind of fine. You have 3 rolls or 3 minutes to clear the den and kill the boss, or just kill the boss. That's how you get points. And the game gets more complex as the dens have more different minions in them, and you have more abilities that combo together. And I think the interesting part in the game is how you build your character using those upgrades that switch certain fight results to others, right? And the idea is that you want to get combos exactly like for example, charge is gonna help me turn a move into a hit, and that gives me one of the hits that I need for the knife kata, for example, and so on. So they help you mitigate luck or make more explosive results depending on what you choose to build, or just save or make you mobile if you have more abilities to turn into moves and so on. Yeah, and then you go and kill some nasty people.
And so there's
I explored halfway through that. I was like, all right, let's just stop there.
there's 3 different gangs that we're going to be fighting throughout this game. So there's 4 gangs actually, but since we're playing 2-player mode, we remove one from the game, right, Josh?
Yeah.
So the 3 gangs that we are playing with tonight, we've got the Hell Riders, which is kind of your classic biker gang. We've got the Tengu Kai, which is the Japanese. I can't think of the name. What's the
Yakuza.
Thank you, the
Yeah, thank you.
Yakuza. Oh man, so your classic katana and blade wielding Japanese style gangs. And then we've got the I'm gonna need help with the pronunciation. Is that the Zeus clan?
Zucem,
Zuche. Okay. So this is your Russian mobster gang, right?
Serbian.
Serbian. Okay. So you're
So it's representing the Serbian mafia, which were they're based on certain gangs that emerged from the war after the war. A lot of them were military units that were the areas were struck with poverty, and they were sort of helping defend the area initially, and then started protecting people in nastier ways, and so on. So yeah, they're based on number of. I researched all the gangs are all based on a particular nasty group of people somewhere.
and then what is the fourth and final game? We don't have that out in front of us right here. I think Josh is digging through the box for it now, but
The
uh,
lords.
yeah, the Lords. Okay.
These are tricky, the trickiest mechanically because they activate usually the gangs. So the dice that we were showing before. I mean, they trigger your enemies as well as your own actions, and usually enemies trigger last, but these guys trigger first. So if you're in the same zone with them, they hit you. So they're a bit riskier to be in the same zone with. But on the other hand, if you move into a zone later, then they won't hit you. So they're a bit trickier to play the first game. So it's a good call to remove these for the first game.
All right. So we'll be playing with the Zucha clan, the Tengukai, and the Hell Riders. We've got our plethora of minis over on the board for all of our henchmen and our bosses. And each of the different zones that we have here has a different boss setup face down on there. And we'll discuss that a little bit more in depth when we get into the actual gameplay. We did a little bit of setup off of the stream in the beginning. We did the drafting mechanism of the vengeance cards beforehand. So we've got our hand of cards, but can you talk a little bit about these cards and what they are, what they mean on there? And I'll put one in the view there. And we've got Limp Oscar.
Sorry, say again. You cut off a bit.
Sorry. Can you talk about a little bit about the vengeance cards and what all the symbology and the text on them means and everything?
Sure. So you have the color of the gang and the gang icon. In this case, is the Hell Riders, and that means that you will score points if you either find the Limp Oscar in those face down boss cards you have on the there, and you'll get 2 points, the top number, if you have a matching boss. If you have two copies played face up, that means you've suffered the damage, which is shown at the bottom there. Sleep deprivation gives you 1 stress, for example. Once you've suffered the damage, they're in play, and if you kill that boss, you score the number of points equal to the number of cards you have in play face up. So if you have 3 Limpos cards, you'll score 5 points. 2 Limpos cards, 4. If you just have 1 Limpos card that did that damage due is 2. And these represent the how many beatings, how much damage Limposcar has done to you. Whether you really, you can't stand him, and you get 2 points of satisfaction if you knock him out, or if he's been a real douchebag to you and you triple hate him, or something like that.
And so the effects that they have on the bottom is actually different for. They're not the same on all of the cards, even of the same one. So the other limp Oscars in there might have a different damage that they do to you. And so that one there says that it's giving you a stress. So we'll talk about that right now. So each of our characters has an individual character board here. And I do apologize. These are actually green icons. They're green screening on our board. So that's a little of what you see there. But we've got stress, broken, and hurt. And those pertain to the three player skills of mind, skill, and health, and each of these stand for a different thing. So, Gordon, can you talk a little bit about what mind, skill, and health are in relation to our characters?
Yeah, I mean, so as you said, there are different kinds of damage. I wanted to have, since pain is such an important and central part of the game, I wanted to flesh out different forms of pain and attributed those to a different characteristic. And each of the characteristics does something different. Say, skill, those numbers there, how many combat dice you roll. If you have no damage, you roll 4 dice. In the case of this hero, there's different stat lines. If as soon as you start taking broken damage, which affects your skill, then you start covering the squares from left to right. And as soon as you cover a square, then you roll less dice. In this case, if you get your first broken damage, you start rolling 3 with an extra combat die, whatever. Our viewers can't really see the smudgy thing.
This is going to show up really interesting on the camera. So this is that's the actual green die there. It's green, I promise.
Ghost die.
Ghost die.
And the mind reflects how many montage dice you roll, which add to your cards. So you roll 4 montage dice, which means that you'll do 4 either heal points or upgrade points, whatever, versus 3 if you've taken a stress. If it's got a nest next to it, it means that you can swap one of the die faces to any result you want, and so on. And the little red splash there, lose at the end of the game if you have that much stress. I mean, the idea is that you get revenge without becoming a douchebag or a nutter yourself. So the other stat is health, and health has got it's simply a measure of how much damage you can take before you get knocked out. And that doesn't mean you're out of the game. Obviously, it just means that you have to heal before you can go and fight again.
And these are all very much living characters within the game. There's upgrade slots, different upgrades that we can buy. Your skill set is going to be changing continuously throughout the game based on how much damage you take and you give to yourself, essentially, during the wronging phase. Thank you. So I really enjoy that aspect, having individual characters that have not only unique abilities, but customization that you're going to have throughout the entire game, and we'll be showing that off as we're playing as well.
All the characters have a backstory on the back of their cards.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. Oh, that's cool.
A decent length.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read that when we're not streaming there. And then...
The back is used for the solo game as well. So the backstory is there to give context to the solo game. There's a setup on the back of the board and a mission card that tells you what you need to do and how you'll score a point for each individual character. So that's it. It's just a sort of dedicated solo mini, sort of a little different mission for each character, depending on their backstory.
Okay, so Josh, where are the boss? Oh, here they are. So then we have the boss cards here, which these are going to be flipped over face down in each of the zones, and these are going to be the areas where we're going in and seeking our vengeance. So this happens to be one of the big bosses, as indicated by the little crown icon in the top right. But just some of the symbology here. Can you explain? So he's got 3 health, and then what are these 2 icons?
So each boss spawns in a boss room, those big red circles with a white sort of mask you're seeing on the dens there. The bosses spawn there with 1 or 2 buddies that you one or 2 minions that you have to defeat. Each minion, the color there corresponds to the base of the miniatures, and each minion has got a different ability, which sort of sets up the puzzle of that particular den. Because the blocker won't let you move out if he's still alive, so you might want to kill him. But then the red based guys are henchman minions, which are unique to each gang, and they have stronger abilities. Like the Tengokai will do 2 damage. The Hell Riders will remove a die from your next turn if they hit you. And so on. So the different minions have got different abilities. Gunmen don't hit you in their zone, but they hit you. You're in an adjacent zone, and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. So that's those are the extra minions that spawn with the boss. And the big bosses have got a particular ability in addition to their gang ability. So each gang has got a particular ability. The Tengokai deal 2 damage. That means that any Tengokai miniature with a red base will deal 2 damage if activated. And on top of that, Kazu Ono, when he's killed, he just deals 2 damage to you, to hurt, as he sort of goes beyond death and tries his best to bury his hatchet in your head.
He sounds like a very nice guy because of that, you know.
Yeah, well, broken childhood.
Look at that hatchet.
Oh yeah, well, you can get a little close-up of his hatchet there. His beer belly and his hatchet. And then finally, we've got some more customizations. We've got mission cards and we've got achievement cards. So this is an example of one of our mission cards here. Let's get these two in there. So can you talk about mission cards? These are going to be overarching game goals, essentially.
Those are sort of bonus points that you get at the game. The overarching goal is to to score as many points as possible by killing bosses, or the minions in the den. If you have a matching color of vengeance card, let's say the red Hell Rider's color or icon, but the boss is a different boss, you can still score the points on the den only if you kill the minions. While if you can kill the boss as well if you want. And the difference is if you kill the boss, then the den gets flipped. If you don't kill the boss, then the den respawns. If you kill the boss and clear all the minions, then you have a matching color and a matching boss. Then you score both the den points and the boss victory points. Now these are there's two other ways of making victory points. One is through the end of game missions, as the ones that we're seeing in the moment on the screen. You have Wild One, the player with the most wild tokens, which you collect when you, those are just the white on black stars you're seeing in the rooms. The player which has most of those at the end of the game wins, and those are used to upgrade, to boost your montage results. They're used to buy vengeance cards, so they're like a currency in the game. They can be used as recon tokens. So you can either use them in game, or in the case of this game, hoard them for the end game extra score. And while 3 victory points might not seem like a lot, that's a mid-sized boss. It's essentially an extra sort of turn. So the points distribution tends to be quite close in vengeance often. So yeah, 3 points makes a difference. And the other one is pointing towards the other way of getting victory points, which are the achievement cards. And this one says the player with the highest number of scored achievement cards gains 3 victory points. And achievement cards are things that you score there and then. As soon as you meet that condition, you pick an achievement card, such as the Ghostly Grunt Hunt. If you take these objective tokens, when you kill a grunt, and the first player to collect 6 of them wins. So you might want to go for certain dens that have more grunts in them than others. Or in the second one, start a fight with 5 or more vengeance cards in play. That means you'll have to suffer more at once, so you'll be pretty battered, because vengeance cards, as we said before, damage you. But you will also get those extra 2 victory points. And stuff like that. So as soon as you satisfy a condition for any achievement card, then you can pick up the 1 per turn and collect it immediately. And those give you additional points as you play.
All right, Gordon, is there anything else that you wanted to cover briefly about the game before we get into the actual gameplay?
No.
Okay. Very good then.
I think we had one question for you, Gordon.
Yeah.
It was, when you heal, do you have to heal right to left? So if you have a severe injury, can you go around the severe injury and heal the other things, and does everything just slide over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can heal whatever you decide to heal. And there's a type on the rule book, so the right healing costs are on the player board.
Okay.
The player board has this, 1 red for hurt, 3 heals for any other normal damage, or it's 3 and 4.
Okay.
For severe.
So I think we have everything that we need to get started. I know Gordon has to go to sleep because it's like
an ungodly hour over there.
2:30 a.m. My sake is keeping me awake. Thank you. And strawberries. Let's not forget the strawberries.
Oh, you came prepared.
And grapes.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Gordon,
and then I'll bid you adieu.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you sticking around until 2:30 a.m. your time to answer all of our questions about the game. But again, big thank you. And we hope to hear from you again. This was a lot of fun to chit-chat with you. And I'm looking forward to reading your book when it gets finished.
When it gets finished, yes. Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good trip over to Gen Con.
Okay, will do. Bye-bye.
Good night, Gordon. All right, so Gordon is jumping off for now, and are we pulling someone in to replace him this minute? We're supposed to be. So Josh is working on getting, someone that you all have seen on the stream before to hop on and interact with us while we seek our vengeance for this evening. I know that I'm full of vengeance. That's all I can say, right, Josh? How about you? Are you feeling vengeful today? I know no one can hear you, but maybe you may want to change the name.
Maybe.
FYI. Hello.
It's all good.
Hi, Julie. I mean Gordon.
Hi.
It says Gordon still. Now it says Julie.
I can't see you guys at all, by the way. I can
You don't-
just see myself.
You don't need to see us. That's fine.
You know,
It's like you're talking to us while you're looking in the mirror.
it's not creepy at all.
We're just the voices in your head, Julie.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that makes a lot more sense. I'll take that.
So we are just about ready to go here. Josh is going to be playing. Well, I'm playing as Johnny Silver, the punkhead, the old punker there. So I'm ready to kick some ass and take some names. Josh is playing as. Oh, you're playing as the trucker lady,
Yeah.
little Gudrun. I think that's her Gudrun. Gudrun.
If you look at the back, she's a it's a Scandinavian immigrant in Australia.
Oh, okay.
That comes to the U.S.
Nice. So
I think.
she goes the full path there.
Yep. Bear in mind, I still can't see your screen, so.
I thought I shared it, and they're saying you're a little low.
So we'll turn up your volume too. Josh is fixing that now. So we have got the drafting part of the game done beforehand. So there is a deck of vengeance cards, which are going to be how we're going to be suffering our wounds to ourselves, but also seeing who we're trying to look for to seek vengeance upon. So the drafting is we each go back and forth to get 7 of these cards between the two of our for each of us. And then we put the rest in the side and build the deck, and then we add in these cards called Blitz cards, which are going to have additional effects as well. So we'll show those off as we get to them. So that's the first part of the game, is where we're going to essentially do our damage to ourselves in the wronging phase. Who wronged us? Why did they wrong us? And how do we get our revenge? Who do we seek for our revenge? Julie, can you see our camera yet?
I can see you in the tiny little box up in the corner of my screen, which is better than nothing. So I'm just going to work with what I got.
Okay. So, Josh, come back over. So, we are going to do our wronging. So, Josh, who wronged you? Where did they wrong you?
Where did the bad person touch me?
Exactly. He touched you bad because you got hurt. So we're going to put down 3 of these cards, and this is going to be the damage that we're going to sustain, and who we're going to look for.
Yep.
Okay, so I am ready. So let me show off in the camera. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 2 of the same guy. I'm going to be playing 2 of the Batoman. This is 2 of the. I keep wanting to say the Yakuza gang, but it's not the Yakuza gang. The Tengu Kai. So if I do manage to find this gentleman here and kill him, I'm going to be getting 4 points instead of 2. But I do have to take double damage for that. So I'm going to take a stress, and I'm also going to take 2 hurt. So what that means is I'm going to take 2 of these cubes that we have in the game and put that on my sheet and cover up my 1 mind and then 2 of my health. So because I'm hurting my mind there, I'm going to be reduced in the number of dice I roll during the next phase, the montage dice. But it's a small price to pay. And then
Now,
I'm also...
It's a good strategy if you find him.
If I find him, yeah.
Yeah.
I got my fingers crossed. But then I'm also going after Vuk the Bear. I love that name. He looks like a really nice fellow, but Vuk the Bear is going to be removing my nails. So I am going to get a broken and a hurt from him. So I'm going to take 1 more damage to my health and 1 damage to my skills as well. So when it's your skills being injured there, you're going to be rolling less dice when it comes to the actual fight phase of the game. So I might want to look at resolving those. So I'm going to be looking for either Battleman or Vuk the Bear. So Josh, who are you?
I picked the exact same layout. We're
Oh.
hunting the same people.
That's hilarious. Josh picked literally the exact same layout. 2 Battlemans and 1 Vuk the Bear.
I got 3 stress and 2 hurt.
Oof. Oh, that's a lot of stress.
Mhm.
You're looking very stressed, Josh.
But my skill's good. I'm not broken at all.
You're not broken at
I'm
all.
gonna break their faces. That's
Okay.
the plan here.
You break it a face. Okay, so that is the end of the wronging round.
Yeah.
So we're going to move down on the tracker, which is off to the one side of the board. You can't really see it, but it's time to do the montage.
All right. So Matt, what is? First, we have to decide starting who's first player.
Yes.
It's whoever has the highest skill,
Yeah.
which is going to be you because you have 3. I only have 2 because I took a bunch of stress.
You mean mind?
Yes, mine. Sorry.
Mind, not skill. There you go.
So we're each going to roll. Matt, you're rolling what, 3 dice?
So speed is going to be the determining factor of turn order,
yes.
player order. So someone's asking, is having the same layout common? Julie, how common is that for 2 people to be going after the same group of people?
Well, I think it is a challenge because part of it being you two tend to like very similar things when you play. So I would say that's pretty common for you guys. Maybe not for everyone. How do I put this tactfully? No, it can happen, but you do have a variety of choices. So I can see both of you trying to go for doubling down on characters to get those extra points, even straight off the bat, as opposed to spreading out your resources at first, or getting lower points, but being more likely to find somebody, as opposed to other players who might try a different tactic to start.
But strategically, since we're both going to be going after the same people, it's going to be a first-come, first-served basis. So if I'm able to kill one of them before Josh is, it's going to limit his choices as to what he can do. Yeah. And given that I'm a quick old man...
Question, why did you choose those 3 to start with?
Because I had 2 of... I mean, I don't... It actually had to do with the injuries, the effects. Yeah,
I did the same thing. I didn't want to take any broken injuries.
Oh, you wanted?
I wanted to be at full fighting strength.
So I didn't mind taking a little bit more to my health because I feel like that's the easiest one to heal. And just from our test playthrough before, I don't think I have to worry too much about it early in the game. Later in the game, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more conscious of my health, but I'll take my licks while I can get them.
Okay.
So we're each gonna be rolling dice equal to what our stress level is at the top. Our mind level, yeah. So we're each rolling 3 dice, and then we're going to draft as a pool. Oh, you're only rolling 2.
Yes. Put all those in the card game.
So we're gonna draft as a pool for this, though, with myself going first. So these symbols, really quick. The 2 hearts are going to be heal 2. This symbol here is what, Josh?
That's a speed.
That's a speed. So it's going to increase your turn order, essentially. The binoculars here are going to be your scouting recon. So you're going to be able to, for each one of those recon markers that you have, you're going to be able to place one in a room, in a den around the board, and scout out who the boss is there, so you can get some intel as to whether or not that's where you should go for vengeance. And then finally, the stars are wild cards, essentially.
Yep.
So I'm going to go first because I am the speed king here, and I'm gonna take the hearts.
All right, you're going to take the health.
I'm going to take the health.
All right. I will just take... I will take the recon.
Ooh, I was going to take the recon. I'm going to take the wild card next, then.
I will take the other wild card, and I'll leave you with the speed.
Fine.
Because you're probably going to be first anyway.
So then the next thing that we have to point out is it is time to assign and resolve our montage cards. So each of us has a set of 6 cards, and they're all pretty similar, and we have 1 special card each. And these are going to allow us to gain additional tokens that we can spend on the board. So, for example, this one here is going to give us +1 speed and 2 of the scout for whatever level we put it on. So on our player board here, and Josh, can you hand me a blank player board so I don't have to pick mine up with all the tokens on it? So at the top of the player boards, there's 3 sections. There's the 2-star, the 1-star, and the 0-star. So we would take this and put it at the top of our board in one of the 3 positions, and we're going to resolve from the 2-star down to the 0-star on our turn. So if I put this here, what that's going to do is let me put that into better camera view. What that's going to do is you see how it lines up. It's going to give me 1 speed and then 2 of the so it's 2-star and then 2 binocular as well.
So it would be 4 binoculars.
4 binocular in total. And then I could actually add any dice that I want to that to resolve at the same time. So if I've got my wild card, I could add that and say, okay, I've got 5 binoculars that I can use to place my tokens across the board, and I'd be able to look at 5 of the 6 rooms on the board in my chance there. And then this one would give you 1, and this would give you 0 of whatever that effect was. So we've got cards, 6 of those in total for the 2 of us, and then we've each got 1 special one. So my special one here is going to give me +3 speed and then allow me to gain a free item upgrade. So an item upgrade is a one-time use ability that's just going to give you a little bit of a perk when you do the fight phase.
Yeah.
So I've got my 3 dice, you've got your 2 dice. And it is time for us to assign our montage cards. And we're going to play those face down on our respective player boards.
I didn't make it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Josh, what's going through your head right now? Oh, really?
Gonna kill things, beat things up, gonna get revenge.
You're not sharing your strategy with me?
I'm gonna beat you in speed.
No,
I
you're
think.
not. No, you're not.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, so we resolve in which order now?
You're still first player
Because of the speed.
You're gonna show off your first card.
So my first card is going to be this one here. So I'm going to get my binoculars in.
So you're gonna get 4 recon tokens.
Yeah, 4 recon tokens.
I don't know where you recon. They're all the way over there.
Yeah, they're all over here. And so that's going to give me 4 of these that I'm going to be able to spend when we get to the combat round, because there's a separate recon phase of the combat.
Okay, so I am gonna take 5 action points
Ooh.
to buy some stuff.
Ooh. Josh is going for the upgrades.
He's shopping.
Shopping. Josh he busted open the wallet and he's like, I'm ready to spend some money.
He's going to go learn karate at the local Y.
Oh no, he's paying for private lessons with those action points.
Kinda, yeah. That was pretty hefty.
So which one are you buying?
Definitely buying charge.
So charge is going to allow you to swap movement rolls for melee rolls and then vice versa.
Yeah.
So the little knife, the shanky.
And then I guess I'll do knife katana.
So you can knife kata.
Kata.
So
Whatever.
that is going to be, if you roll a movement, a range attack, and a melee attack, it transitions it into 4 melee attacks.
Yep. And I can switch my movement and my melee. So if I rolled double melee or double movement, I could switch one of those to the other one.
That's some solid strategy right there, Josh.
And I also have heavy hitter, so I get to add a damage to my melee.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay, so you thought about this a little bit.
I thought about it a little bit.
However, bear in mind he's going to have to plan that and time it correctly, and when he's doing it, it will be when it's timed movement. So
Right.
sounds all good right now, but in the heat of attack,
It's good in theory.
will he keep his cool?
So for my next one here, I'm playing the 2 hearts. So I'm going to heal up a little bit.
So you're gonna heal 3 because you haven't used any of your dice
Yeah,
yet.
I know. I'm gonna put that die on there. So I'm gonna heal up a total of 5.
Yep.
So I'm going to remove the 1 from my skill here. So that costs 3 hearts to heal the 1 injury that you have on your skill
Heal your
track.
broken injury.
To heal my broken injury, yeah. And then I've got 2 remaining, so I'm going to use that to remove 2 of my hurts. So I've only got 1 health taken away at this point.
Okay.
And then what's your second one, Josh? Or your 1-star?
My 1-star. I'm doing recon. I did the 0 one,
So 0 recon, but it gives you 3 speed.
but it gives me 3 speed, and I'm gonna get 1 token
Okay.
because I did it. No, I'm gonna get 2 tokens because I have the die.
So you're going to get 2 recon tokens there. And then my final one here is going to be, well, look at that. That's my 3-speed one for 0 on the recon. And then I'm going to gain 1 item upgrade as well. So let me look at the item upgrades here. I am going to grab this pistol here. So I'm going to get a little one-shot use pistol here so I can get an additional ranged attack that I can use. So that's going to go in the little upgrade section at the bottom. And then I've got my remaining dice, so I could just put this like this, right?
Yeah, you can get 1.
So I'm going to get 1 additional speed, and then I've got my free recon. So I'm going to have another recon token, so I'm going to have 5 of these.
Yep.
So I'm going to know where stuff is.
You are going to know where stuff is. My last one, I am getting another action. I'm going
you're
shopping again.
Buying more stuff.
Buying more stuff. What do I want to buy, though?
So it's only 1 action point, though, so you can only buy an item upgrade. You can't buy any ability upgrades, so nothing permanent.
So I could buy the machete.
So machete is going to be add 1 damage to all of your melee attack results. You're going for the heavy hitter early on.
I'm thinking, I already have a lot of...
The old stabby shooty.
I am the heavy hitter.
That's literally
the
what
name
your
of the
ability
skill.
is, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to take some medicine with me, just in case. It's going to let me remove 2 hurt later.
You took some Benadryl. It's allergy season after all. You know, it makes sense.
That's Pepto-Bismol for my upset stomach.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion. Yeah, all the fun stuff.
All right, so that is the end of the montage round.
There you go.
Yeah. So now we're gonna set. Oh, we're gonna set play.
Oh, did we find another word?
I think he said massage.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
So we're going to set the player order now, and that's going to be by calculating our total speed here. So I have a total of 6 speed.
And I have 5.
I'm number 1. I'm number 1.
All right. So how many recon things do you have?
I have 5.
Right,
so I'm
do your recon.
I'm going to go down the board here. So let's look at this one. And Josh, close your eyes. I'm going to show this off for chat.
Okay.
Let's see. This was in the first one there. That's interesting. So the next one.
And of course, now Matt, nobody else is supposed to see but you. Now you can tell other people if they ask. Doesn't mean you have to tell them the truth about what you've discovered.
I don't have to be truthful?
No, siree, you do not. I mean, you can.
That sounds
and at this
perfect.
Point, would Josh believe you?
So, Josh, keep your eyes closed.
No, I'm not going to believe him because he's going after the same stuff I want, so he has no interest to tell me.
Correct.
But see, that's what in our test game that we were doing, I keep him closed.
I'm not looking.
He was asking me if someone was there. I'm like, yeah, they're totally there. And they were. He thought I was lying.
I did. I didn't believe you.
All right, so I've done all of my recon work there.
Wait, you didn't check that one. You didn't check the...
I didn't check the one singular location.
Vinny's parts?
Yeah, Vinny's parts, the
chop
scrapyard, the chop shop. There we go.
These are gangs. It's a chop shop.
Yeah. And so the whole point of us putting the tokens down is it signifies that that's something that we actually know the information for. You're allowed to go back and check again. It's not... You don't have to keep a sharp memory about you here.
That's not last week's Spotlight?
No. Last week's Spotlight with the you have to memorize everything. So, Josh,
Okay.
It's still my turn then, right?
Yeah, you can play more Vengeance cards if you want. Do some more damage to yourself.
Do I want to do that?
Why is Limp Oscar still out?
Oh, I was showing him off in camera before. So I am actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not going to.
Julie, is there a limit to how many Vengeance cards you can play on a turn?
Yes, you're limited by how much damage you take.
Okay.
Um,
But as long as I can take damage, I can take everything pretty much and just be crazy.
You can't KO yourself.
so how do we get more Vengeance cards, Josh?
You can spend your wild points, your wild type, the tokens you pick up or the dice to draw a new card.
Okay, cool. So no, I'm not going to do any more Vengeance cards there.
So you're
Whoa!
going are you on the candy corner?
I just smacked the board there. I'm just double checking because my memory is atrocious, and I'm really glad that we have this token system here. So no, I'm gonna go down here to the.
The Glass Alley.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Glass Alley. So let's zoom in on Glass Alley. Ooh, that's the wrong way. So I'm gonna be going over there. So Josh, why don't you flip that over and show what the boss is over there?
Battlemon.
Oh, is that the one you have too?
I hope you die, or not die, but get beat up. And then I can go take care of it.
So I get to go in the starting space, which is this icon over here, the little running man icon. And Battlemon is going to have...
Should be able to put that up in the corner if you wanted to. Or the other corner.
Fine, Josh. Battlemon's going to have one of the henchmen with him with the black base. So that is going to be a grunt. So they get damage from ranged weapons first.
Yep. So
that is not where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
And then we need one more
red mini, and that's going to be someone from his gang. So there are individual zones on these tiles. So you're going to start in the start zone. This is a separate zone here. This is a separate zone over here. This one actually has 4 zones.
Yep.
Oh, it's a starting one with 4 zones. So during your turn, well, first let me show this off. So this is going to be the red bases are going to deal 2 hurt when they're activated. So they're going to damage me even more.
Yep.
On your turn, you have the ability to move a free space in the beginning of your turn. You have to declare that before you roll your dice. And then you're going to roll dice equal to your skill level that has the number there. And with that, it's going to dictate the actions that you have. So we have the movement. So it allows you to move again mid-turn. We've got the ranged attack. We've got this I'll cover in just a second. There's 2 of them on there.
Yep.
We've got the melee attack. And then we've got the double melee attack. So
double shank.
The double shank. And that you cannot split that up between 2 separate people. It has to be to the same person.
I believe so, correct, Julie?
Correct. You can't make change. You can't.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Let me take half of this stab and.
Distribute it to your friend over here.
Yeah.
But all of the minis are going to have 1 health apiece, except for the green bases. Those are the tough guys. They have 2 health, and then the bosses have whatever health is dictated on their cards. So Battlemon, in this case, is going to have 2 health as well. So going back to this symbol. So this is going to be what activates the baddies on your turn. So after you do your action, then the baddies are going to activate, and they're going to resolve based on their locations in the room. So if they're in the same room as you, they're going to beat you up, and if they're in adjacent rooms and they have the blue base, they're going to give you the shooty shoot.
Yep.
If you roll 3 of those symbols, you actually then have to re-roll all of your dice that you rolled for your skill, but with 1 less die. So it kind of screws you up there.
You just re-roll the 3, though, right? Or do you re-roll all of them, Julie?
2.
You re-roll 2 of them.
Oh, you re-roll those die, yeah.
Yeah.
So luckily, I've got an ability called slow-mo vision, which is going to allow me to not have to roll 1 less die. So that is my character ability there. So I'll leave this in view. And it's time for me to begin my fighting. So I am going to go first, and I am going to roll 4 dice because I've got 4 on my skill level here. And oh, we've got a visitor on the stream there. All right, so I'm going to go first. And I'm going to roll 4 dice. So that is, what did I get there?
Are you running into the next
section?
section?
I'm running into the next section. Sorry, I didn't declare that. So I've got 2 shoots, a run, and a burglar icon, so that means someone's going to activate. And this kind of sucks for me, just because there's only 1 guy in the next room. And
but you could... I'm going to help you out. There's supposed to be a timer here, but we're not going to use it because we're streaming. So you can shoot
I know what to do.
Okay.
It's fine.
Go for it.
So I'm going to use one of my die here.
Sassy.
I got it. So I'm going to use one of my die here to shoot the yellow-based gentleman in this other room. So he's dead. Then I'm going to use my run action there to run into that room, or that section. Then I'm going to shoot back to the beginning and shoot the gentleman in the first space there. And then the baddies are going to activate. But look at that. No one's in the same room as me, and there's no ranged attackers adjacent. So I'm okay.
Where's Jason?
He's adjacent. I hate you. So then I'm going to do my second. We're going to get 3 fight rolls each on our turns when we're doing our combat round. So this is number 2 for me.
Are you running to the
I
next
am
room?
running to the next room. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do that first. This is a good one. So I've got another baddie activate, but then I've got a run, a shank, and a double shank. So let's see what we've got here. Where am I?
Right here. Hanging out with this lady with the sword.
Okay, so I am actually going to run into the next room. I'm going to shank the grunt, and then I'm going to double shank the boss. So I killed the boss.
Yeah.
And then the baddies are going to activate. But look at that. There's none in the same room as me. So technically, I still have one more round.
Is there one with a gun adjacent?
No.
No, there is no blue base with a gun. Technically, I killed the boss, but I still have another turn, and I want to kill that last henchman there, so that way I can get the additional 2 bonus points for clearing the room.
Yeah.
So let's do it. I am not going
I'd like
to.
to point out something that you didn't address, just so that people are aware of it.
Mhm.
If there is a baddie with a yellow base, you are prevented from moving from that room.
Right.
He's a
So
blocker.
those are the blockers. So that's covered on this card here. So green bases, that's supposed to be green, is the tough guy. They've got 2 health. Gunmen do adjacent zones only. They can't attack within the same zone. Blockers prevent you from moving out of their zones, and then grunts always absorb the first points of range damage. So I'm not going to move. Am I going to move? I'm not going to move into the other room. Of course, I should have.
2 double shanks.
2 double shanks and 2 of the masks here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pistol ability. So I'm going to gain a shoot, and that's why I did that. So I knew I had a guaranteed shoot. So I'm going to shoot the baddie in that other room, and I am going to have cleared the room. So yay me, except now I use my pistol, unfortunately, so this goes bye-bye.
You get.
Now, you could have run and taken the damage of any baddies in the room that you're in.
You have to declare the run before you roll the dice, right, Julie?
That is true.
Yeah,
Correct.
so I elected to not do that because I knew I had a guaranteed there, so
There you go.
wasn't the wisest move, but it was effective. So I'm going to get 2 victory points for clearing out the room, and then an additional 4 victory points because I had 2 Battleman cards played during the wronging phase there. So I'm going to take a total of 6 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are also doing a grunt hunt achievement. That's nice and see-through. So we're going to take one of those tokens every time we kill a grunt from the gang. And if we collect 6, we're going to get a victory point.
So you killed 2 grunts.
I killed 2 grunts, so I'm going to take 2 tokens there.
And which color is that? The orange tokens?
Yeah, the orange tokens. So I'm going to get 2 of these lovely tokens here.
And there weren't any stars symbols on that board.
Yeah, he got 1.
There were. Each of the board tiles has a specific zone with a star, which means that when you clear that one's section of the board out in particular, you're going to get this, and this is going to be your freebie action, or it's a wild card that you can spend during the other phase. But as a note, we've also got one of the missions here. So the player with the largest number of these at the star tokens at the end of the game, so if we want to hoard them, is going to get an additional 3 victory points. So that's kind of a big deal.
Cool.
All right, so that was my combat round. So we're gonna put a
Whole new tile up.
whole new tile, so it's going to change the location, and a new boss that's in that section. So Josh set it up. The board now is going to be worth 3 points if you clear it, so it's a little bit harder in general too. And unfortunately, I lose my scouting marker there just because it's new. I don't know where it is.
All right, so it's my turn now. I'm going to go check out the one place you didn't look at.
Interesting. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Julie, can I save my recon tokens for future turns?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to use that one. And I'm going to...
Oh, you're hoarding the recon tokens.
I'm going right there.
Interesting.
Guess what I found, Matt?
What'd you find?
I found another battle.
Oh, really? Okay. Josh found another Battlemon. So you know what you're going for. So he's going to get set up with another one of the grunt baddies in the same room as him, and one of the associated red base minis.
Can you move us over to...
Oh yeah, because you're down here now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you're all
I'm
set
gonna
up.
Get 4 dice.
4 dice. Ah, that's right. You didn't take any of the brokens.
Oh, I could have...
You're gonna make quick work of this guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to run into the first room.
Okay. All henchmen. Oh, jeez.
2 double shanks, a shoot, and a henchman. So the 2 guys in the room with me are dead.
Yeah. Actually, the shoot doesn't really do you any good because the only adjacent room that you could hit has a tough guy in it. So he's got 2 health, so that one shot isn't going to do anything, and you cannot accumulate damage. It has to be all or nothing. So you can't do 1 point of damage to him.
Yep, and my skills don't do anything with the double hits. So
Haha.
just take those out. But I do get a
Uh,
token for
you
killing
are
a grunt.
yep. You're for the grunt hunt.
Um,
So this is your
nothing
second.
to activate against me.
Are you moving into the next room?
Yeah.
Okay. You'd be like, "Hey, tough guy, what's up? I'm Trucker Lady." Oh my goodness. So Josh got a shank, 2 double shanks, and an ranged attack.
All right, I'm gonna turn my shank into a movement.
Oh.
I'm gonna double shank this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the grunt.
Okay. So you get a token for the grunt hunt,
I'm gonna move into the next room.
and then you're gonna double
And then
shank
I'm
the
gonna double
boss.
shank the boss.
And you did it in.
I
2
did it in
rounds.
2 turns. That's how you do it, Matt. Not 3 turns.
Okay.
So sassy. Oh my goodness.
Yep, he is the king of sass.
So I'm gonna get 6 points.
So we're tied
Yeah, we're tied.
yet again. So you're gonna upgrade that room now.
Just put that in a discard pile.
Okay.
We got
Where are we going now? Zaizun lockers. Oh, we're in the banya, the Russian bathhouse.
gonna put a boss out, and
Now, I'm going to address the fact, because I know neither of you are ever going to do it, that if you do not want to do enter a room and start combating, you do have the option of basically doing a bonus montage and foregoing it, so you roll your dice pool and you do everything except for the speed. You ignoring the speed if you choose not to do an attack during this
Oh.
time.
yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, the 2 of you will never do it. I know you.
Probably not.
I wanted to address that for in case anybody wanted to know, like, well, what if I can't, or I feel particularly weak and nervous about the attacking. You can bow out and get extra stuff during that time.
You know us way too well, Julie.
It's so weird.
All right, so that's the end of our combat round.
Indeedly doodly.
Guess what? It's a montage time.
Montage!
All right, so
We're going to be rolling now.
I'm rolling 2 dice.
I'm rolling 3 dice. Oh, and I forgot. So I have that ability. I have the S next to mine. So I actually could have changed one of my montage dice to something else that I wanted.
Could have.
So we're going to roll in a communal pool here. Ooh. So we have...
Speed.
This is an interesting one. This is a bunch of speed. So we've got 3 speed, 2 heal, and then a scout there.
And suddenly you're in Top Gun?
I have a need. The need for
Matt,
speed.
you get to pick first.
I do get to pick first, so I am not going to pick speed. I'm going to pick the heal.
Guess that leaves me with recon.
Yeah, so the reason I picked heal there is because I'm actually trying to eliminate Josh from getting some of the heal there. I want him to get beat up a little bit. I think I'm going to take a speed.
I don't have much of a choice here.
I'm going to take, yeah, so speed.
But you can
speed.
change one of the speeds to whatever you want.
I sure can, and I'm going to. Okay, so now it is time for us to assign and resolve our montage cards. So how do we want to do this? Okay, that works there. This works here. Is that right? Yeah. And then I will go over here. So I'm now going to change one of these dice rolls here. So I'm going to change it to... Change it to a star? It's the same thing, right? I'm going to change it to an action here. So one of these bad boys. Now I'm ready when you are, Josh. Now, speed-wise, I am still the fastest gun in the West, right?
At the moment.
Okay. Ready to go?
Yep.
So my first one here, I'm going to be doing 1 speed and then the action. So I'm going to put the action die on it there. So I've got a question. I can spend these on anyone? It's just where they resolve, right? So I can just hold on to that. So I'm going to get...
No, the health?
Yeah.
No, you need to play a health
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whoopsie. Whatever. if that's the case, I'm going to undo and then redo what I did. So I'm going to change this one to a speed and then change the health over to an action because I didn't play any health cards there. Just, pointing that out. So I'm going to have a total of 3 action points here.
Okay. What are you buying?
What am I buying? That's a really good question. So wait. I'm 3. What am I buying? I am going to get the spin axe throw.
Okay.
So
So a double crit into.
Yeah, it turns a double shank, double melee into 2 individual ranged attacks there. So that's going to go in my permanent upgrade. So, Josh, what's your next one there?
Okay.
What's your first one?
My first one, I also did the same. I got.
I don't have nearly as much purchasing power as you.
So I got 4 purchasing points. Now, what do I want? Is the good question.
You want it all, and you want it now.
So full auto slam came out, which is actually.
You can change a range to a double shank, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And that would give you some more opportunities, considering that you've
think I
had
want
an issue with your range
I was
last
thinking
time.
the Shrunken Storm, which does 2 range.
Shuriken? It's a little storm. It's the Shrunken Storm.
And I can have as many items as I want, right, Julie?
Well,
Not ability.
yeah, correct. But even with abilities, you can stack them. You just have to choose
Yeah.
which ones you're going to use before.
But do
you
the items take up an ability slot or no?
No, items are. Yeah, I say no, but now I'm gonna have to double check that.
So Julie will check that for you.
All right, I'm gonna take the machete because I still have 1 more buying power.
Okay.
And we're gonna get. That's funny that no, that's not a machete. It's just a knife.
Okay, so over to my next one here. I am going to have the 1 action and then the speed. I'm going to play my speed die on that. So this is going to give me 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with the 2 action points there, I am going to get headshot. So add 1 damage to your gun attacks there. So the spin axe throw compared with the headshots there, I have the potential to do a lot of damage.
Next up, I did some more recon.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna get 2 more recons.
2 more recons.
All right.
That's it? Okay. I'll go with that. So I am finally going to play this one. It's going to be 0 recon, 3 speed, and I get a free item upgrade. So I just did it for the free item upgrade.
Yeah, no, an upgrade is an upgrade. You can choose to use your one shot or your abilities.
Okay.
So you have the slots for them, and that's it.
Okay, so I am
I was
going...
going to go for just give you away free upgrades, but that's not happening.
I am going to grab the pistol, so I'll have an emergency shot again, which is going to be worth more now considering I've got headshot.
And then my last one is I'm gonna heal 1.
Okay, so you're healing...
I also have my special ability. I can change 1 severe to a normal.
You don't have any severes.
Severe injury, so
Lucky you.
not much I can do there.
So that is the end of the... Well, no, we have to set the player order. So how much speed do you have?
6.
I
7.
have 7.
Yep.
I also have 7.
So it stays.
Because we're tied, it stays the same.
Yep.
Does that hurt you deep down on the inside?
A little bit.
Just a little. All right, so going into the combat round, I've done all my recon. But now I'm going to play some vengeance cards. I've got another Vuk the Bear. So I'm going to play another Vuk the Bear. So
Okay.
I'm going to take a crush knee. So I'm going to take a severe broken injury there.
So you're only gonna roll 3 dice now.
I am only.
Well,
gonna
you're
roll
gonna still
3.
roll 4 because you get the green one.
Yeah.
Green one's not as good though.
Not as good, but it's okay. I'll make it work. So I've got my reconned areas. So yeah, I'm going here. So I'm going over to this section here. And who's there, Josh? You want to flip that over? It's
the
Vuk
bear.
the Bear. It's almost like I knew he was there because I reconned the area really well. It's like I
And,
knew.
and you remembered.
And I remembered.
You know, doesn't always happen.
Well, to be fair, it's because he's in the candy corner. I've got a sweet tooth. That's how that works, right?
All right. There's
So
a lot of baddies there.
yeah,
Matt.
he spawned a lot of baddies. He has 2 health, but he spawns a red and a black henchman. So the grunt and then the actual gang member in the same spot as him. So I've got. I need my dice. You stole all my dice.
Right there. I put them right in the middle for you.
So I'm not going to move.
You stay where you are.
Because there's only 3 sections in this one,
Yes.
including the starting zone. So I'm not going to move. Okay, so I got 2 of the black activations here, so they're going to go. I've also got a movement action, and I've got a double... Ooh, that one's... The green die is really awesome. That's a free move there, and then I've got a double shank. Damn. Not great. I am going to... And I can't split. Oh, man. Okay, so I have the spin axe throw.
Okay.
So I am going to use that. So that's going to convert the double shank, the double melee, into 2 individual ranged attacks there. So I am going to split that into 2 ranged attacks and use that to shoot the 2 baddies here.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
The end of that round.
The end of that round. The end of that attack roll. Fight roll. Jeez. Okay. So no one's adjacent. No one's in the same zone as me, and I don't have any range attacks adjacent, so I'm okay. So number 2. I rolled a ranged
You're staying
attack.
where you are, apparently.
Yeah, I was staying where I was. So I rolled this and then another baddie activation. So I'm going to use my ranged attack to shoot the tough guy in that room. Because I've got headshot, it adds a damage to my ranged attack, so he goes down.
Okay.
Then I get the star token for killing him. By the way, I also got a grunt token because I killed a grunt before. I'm going to use my movement action to jump into this room here. And then I'm going to use my ability to split the spin axe throw. I'm going to use that to split the double melee into 2 individual gun attacks, and I'm going to use that to shoot one of these red guys as well as the boss. Where's the boss?
You have to shoot the grunt first.
Oh yeah, and this is the boss, right?
That's the boss.
Yeah, so I'm going to kill those 2 because again, each of those attacks is 2 damage.
Does it stack?
It's add 1 to...
But you already used that once, didn't you? To kill the tough guy?
Yeah. Is it once per fight? So, Julie, can you clarify that for me? Is it once per fight that you could use that abilities, or is it once per total encounter? The
encounter is called a fight, so, which is making... So, are you talking about
once a roll?
Room or once per roll? Yeah. Okay. So it's once per fight that you're supposed to be able to use it, which is 3 rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Well, I
you
had
only
that
use
wrong,
each one once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I already used that. So I'm going to take out the grunt and then the other guy, and then I'm going to leave the boss. So I've used this, then this.
How did you... No, you wouldn't have been able to use that a second time. You already used that
Oh,
once
I
this
already
fight.
used that once? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're still...
Back it up. Okay, I did that a little wrong. So I still had the head... I used the headshot ability. So I used those 2 abilities.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm in this room here. I had the gun. I'm going to use the gun to take out the grunt.
Okay.
So the grunt goes away. So now I'm going to get one of the grunt hunt tokens. Yes? Yes. So then I'm going to... So what's that gang's ability if they hurt you?
They deal 2 damage. No, sorry.
For the Zucha clan.
They attack adjacent zones, so they have range.
Oh.
So you actually should have taken...
I should have taken a point of damage.
Before.
Thank you for keeping an eye on that. So they hit current and adjacent zones when activated.
Yep.
So they've all got range.
Give me that card. It's in front of chat and it's making it hard to...
Yeah. So then I'm going to use my movement to run into the same zone here, and I am then going to use the...
You started in here, though. You already used your movement. You're stuck.
I am stuck. Yay. Darn. Okay.
So you got one more roll.
Okay, but
gotta
now they activate.
Now they activate. You're gonna take 2
I'm gonna
damage.
take 2 damage. Okay, that was a bad one.
Yep. Are you running in there, or are you staying where you are?
I am. Oh, I did this really bad. I'm gonna run in there.
Okay.
That was an awful one by me. 3. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I've got a range attack and then 3 individual shanks there. So I'm gonna use the. This is a melee, I promise. It's invisible, but so I'm gonna use that to kill those 2 guys, and I have cleared out the room and killed the boss. So, whew, that was a little tougher than I had hoped.
Yep. So you get 2 points for this.
And I also had 2 Vuk the Bears, so I'm going to get 5 points for taking
You
him
get
out.
7 points.
Okay, so 7 plus 6 is 13 points. This goes away.
And what's up next? Roxbury Terrace.
Ah, it sounds like we're going to spend the night there. Get it, the night at the Roxbury? Huh?
I actually.
Huh?
I
You
am
don't-
so sorry. It says fight. It's fight roll, not fight.
Oh, so you can use it.
So I could have used it? Okay.
For roll. I do apologize. The fight stuck in my head, and that's.
I still won.
You still won, but you might have taken some less damage.
Yeah. I'm going to
I
remove...
wasn't trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah, sure, Julie. Sure.
All right. So it's my turn?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm really hurt right now,
Oh,
Josh.
we need a new.
I feel like it's not a full playthrough with me helping you without me at least trying to kill you once.
See, this is what I get for trusting you, Julie.
Accidentally.
Time machine. So, Josh, what are you doing? Are you scouting?
I did scout.
Good job, Scout. Scamp? Something?
Do I want to do that?
So I've got, Oh, I didn't plan this out very good.
What?
No, nothing. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. What do I do with my hands?
Where's the timer when you need it?
It's me yelling at, or it's actually you right now, Julie. That was essentially a very good timer impression that you did.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I did my scouting. Decide where I'm going. I'm gonna play some vengeance cards.
You're gonna play some vengeance cards. Why is that?
3 of them.
Why?
I got 3 Kaisers here.
Kaiser.
Kaiser, some guy.
Call him Kaiser because he's on a roll.
So I'm gonna get 2 broken, 2 hurt,
Josh is getting beat up.
and 1 severe broken.
Ooh, so you're gonna lose
Down to 3 dice.
down to 3 dice without any
But
green
I
die. You got stuff and things.
got stuff and things, but we got 3 of them here, and I'm gonna go over to this den here.
I have a feeling that it's Kaiser.
Yeah.
It's Kaiser. Okay. So I got a question for you. How many more vengeance cards do you still have?
I still got 1 left.
Oh. So Kaiser's got 3 health. He's going to spawn a red minion and a grunt. So one of his gang members and a grunt to go along with him. So it is just about time for Josh to go fighting. So he's got 3 dice in his hand. Are you going to be moving into the next room? So this
I'm
is
debating if I want to use my medicine before I start this.
so this is a more expansive one. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. Yeah. And you have to go the long way around. You can't jump right into the boss's bedroom there. So what would you like to do first?
Yeah, I'm gonna run in there.
Okay. Trucker lady's in the living room. So you rolled a double melee, a ranged, and then an activation for the baddies.
Okay. So, double melee. I'm gonna kill the red guy in there.
Okay.
Ranged. I'm gonna shoot the blue guy.
Can't.
No, I can't. I gotta shoot the black
Gotta
guy.
shoot the grunt.
Let's shoot the grunt. That's okay.
And
get a
then
point.
the baddies are going to activate. Good?
No, you know what? I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna change my gun into another double.
So you've got the knife kata.
The full
Oh,
auto
no, the
slam.
full auto slam. Okay.
So I'm gonna kill the guy in the same room. So this
Okay.
way I only take 1 damage instead of 2
That makes sense.
when they activate. So I'm
Makes
gonna take 1
sense.
damage when they activate.
So 1 damage to your hurt, to your health, and
then I'm
now
gonna run into the next room.
that's this guy shooting. He was going pew pew. So you're in the next room there. You rolled. You got a movement. You've got a range attack, and you've got an activation.
Okay. The move is gonna become a shank.
Okay.
I'm gonna shank the gruntier.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot the guy there.
The red guy, the actual gang member, the Hell Rider.
Yeah.
And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, and then I'm not gonna take any damage
Because you're not in the adjacent room to him.
I'm not in adjacent room to him.
You're in the same room, so the gunman hits adjacent zones only.
Yes. I'm gonna run into the next room. This is gonna cause me to take a damage from this guy.
Because you run out of the room with said gentleman there.
Yep.
Wait. You took a damage. You have to roll 1 less die because of the Hell Riders.
I didn't take a damage from them.
Oh, that's right. It was the grunts.
It was the grunt side. No, I only took damage from the blue guy.
The blue guy. That's what I meant. Yeah.
So I'm okay on that.
So you rolled what?
2 guns.
So you rolled 2 ranged attacks.
He has 3 health.
He does have 3 health. Can he do it, folks? So you will be able... no, maybe not.
Does my heavy hitter ability work on the doubles?
It looks like it only adds it to your single melee attacks.
So that's a double.
Front row. I think Josh is in trouble here.
That's all.
Add 1 damage to all single melee results, not double.
This it's really
Can you get
Yeah.
a little clarification here? So does this
Yeah.
mean you add 1 damage to only the single melee or to the doubles and singles?
I can't even read that because on my screen it's so.
add 1
weird.
damage to, and it just shows 1 knife result. So does that count for the double knives?
I don't think it's supposed to, but for the purpose, yeah, I think it would have a single machete or a double machete if it could do both. I believe there's actually a card that has that.
Okay. So
You're not going to be able to kill both of them, unfortunately for you. Right? Right. So which would you like to prioritize? Killing the guy in the other room or killing the...
I can't
Oh, you can't kill the boss.
kill the boss because he has 3 health.
You can only kill the guy in the other room.
I only kill the other guy in the other room.
Did you take your grunt tokens, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like to do? You're killing him?
I guess so.
Da, 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 da. It's vengeance the game, and we will be killed.
All
So the boss man's gonna hit you here,
He's gonna hit me.
and you're gonna take the gang damage there. It doesn't matter though. You don't have to roll again, so you just take another damage.
No damage.
You don't kill the boss. He laughs in your
don't kill the
face,
boss.
and you leave with your tail between your legs.
But
But
I can still claim the 3 points here.
correct, because you cleared out all the henchmen.
I need to discard 1 of these cards.
So when you left, did you have to take damage from leaving the same room as him as well?
Yes.
Okay. So give yourself... You're down to 1 more. 1 more health. Josh is getting a little low in the health here. And so what's happening here? This just
I'm
goes
discarding
away.
that to get the 3 points for killing all the minions.
Okay. And so
So I still get points. He's still here.
how many points did you get?
I got 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're at 9 points. I am at 13. So what's up next, Josh? We're going to move down the turn tracker, and it's another combat phase.
Yep. We don't get the heal or anything.
And the interesting thing here is, so this is where my poor planning comes in.
Yep. You can do another montage. Are you not going to fight?
No, I'm gonna fight. I'm definitely gonna fight. It's kind of this is bad. This is bad. So I'm going to take this here. So I'm gonna play this. I'm only gonna play one, but Danzamoon.
Okay. Just gonna take 2 severes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a severe stress and a severe hurt. I know. I've only got 1 health
You
left.
only got 1 health.
I know. I know.
What are you doing?
I am going to.
He's being crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. I
Yeah.
got to be crazy. So you looked at this.
Did.
I'm gonna go to this one in the corner here.
Yeah, this
I'm
one in the
going in
corner?
blind.
Oh, look, you got a.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You might have wanted that one.
Really? No, don't show me.
Might have.
So I got Prez.
Well, I can't show you. It's not allowed in the rules.
So here, you could set that up. He gets a yellow-based one actually. So he gets a blocker, which is gonna prevent me from running around all crazy like. So just as a reminder, Julie, I get to use these abilities multiple times, just once per dice roll.
Yeah.
Once per fight roll. Okay. Good to know.
Where's the big baddie?
Oh,
I'm
right
not
here.
even gonna. I'm not even gonna promise that I won't accidentally forget that roll if you ever play it again with me.
That's the wrong color, Josh.
Green? I thought he can't. Green summons with him.
Nope.
What is that? Yellow?
Yep. All right, so let me go over to the room there. What room is this, anyways?
It's the lockers.
Ah, yes, the Banya. Okay, so I'm there. I am.
You want to put this?
Yeah, I'll put that in the camera. So, oh boy, go ahead and move me into that room.
Item upgrades cannot be used in the boss zone when he's present.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So only the item upgrades, not the abilities.
Okay. In the boss zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got an activation, a shoot, because I am on the good side of the green one.
Okay.
Not an activation, a movement. Oh, an activation, too, and then a double shank. So. Oh, boy. What do I want to do here?
Double Shank can take out the green because he needs 2.
Yeah, I'm going to double shank and take out the green. I am then going to use my shoot action to shoot the grunt in the other room.
How many grunt tokens you got?
5 now.
Okay.
It's
One more
6
grunt.
to activate it, right?
You get that. You get that achievement if you can get it.
Oh, no.
What?
No, I'm not listening to you. Undo that.
Oh,
No. Leave the grunt. Put the green guy, the green base, the tough guy back in. Remove the grunt. I'm gonna double shank the blocker, and then I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the free run action to run back into the starting area because
Okay.
I only have 1 health. Otherwise, I'd die. That was a nice try for you to get me with all the damage there, Josh. I really do
I'm
appreciate
trying to do
that.
anything.
So after I run back into the main area, I'm going to use my one-time use pistol to shoot the tough guy, and it does 2 damage because of headshot.
Okay.
So I am going to kill him, and then that's the end of that. So that was the first roll. I'm now going to move back into that zone.
Get a point. You use those to draw cards too.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a miss, an activation, a move action, and a double shoot.
No, you got a double shank. and
Double
move.
shank, yeah, double shank.
So you can move and shank that guy.
So I'm going to change this into 2 shoots. I'm going to use one of the shoots to take out that guy in that room. I am then going to use my movement action to run into that room. I will use the second shoot to take out the grunt in that room.
And you just completed the achievement.
And I just completed the achievement, so on the grunt hunt, so I'm going to gain 1 additional victory point. And then we get to draw
Take that card and draw a new one.
draw a new achievement there. And so that is the henchman hunt. So this is take a token every time you kill a henchman of any gang. When you collect 3 henchman tokens, you get a victory point. And henchmen's are the red base ones.
Yep.
So then that's going to be the end of my turn. They activate, but nothing happens there. So this is my final round here. I am not going to move into the other room.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You hit a henchman with how many hits?
Well, what was that one, Julie? I'm sorry.
The henchman. I am covering my mic. The henchman. How many hits did it take?
When I shot him just now, or for this achievement?
Okay. Okay. But you used one shot, then moved, then used the other shot.
Correct.
Okay.
So the henchman hunt is what's going on now. So I'm not gonna move into that room. I'm feeling lucky. Probably a bad idea, but
How much health does he have? He has 4 health, by the way.
yeah.
You're not killing him.
Well, you know what? I don't appreciate the attitude, Josh. So I am going to use the spin axe throw. So this is going to go into 2 shoots. I'm going to take out the blocker, and then I'm going to shoot the boss. It doesn't do anything, but I just shoot him, and like, I'll see you again later, Prez. And then I'm going to leave with my tail between my legs. So Prez stays there.
Prez stays there, and you don't get any points.
Yes, I do, because I'm going to discard a Prez card.
No, you can't. You have to discard ones in your out in play.
Oh, it has to be out in play?
Yeah, it has to be out in play.
Okay. I thought I could do it from my hand.
No, you can't do it from your hand.
Oh, no. Okay. I don't get any points.
You do not get any points.
I knew that. So, Josh, it is your turn now for your second fight this time.
All right, I'm gonna use my medicine. So I heal 2.
Okay. And that's just from your health. You can't take it away from any other...
It's not even enough to.
Yeah.
Because you need 3. I'm gonna go after
Kaiser again?
Kaiser again.
Okay. So how many dice are you rolling?
3 dice.
3 dice in total. Are you moving into the next zone?
Damn right I am.
Does that come back?
Yeah, everything.
The star tokens are... Okay. So go ahead and attack. So you've got what?
Got a run and a shank.
And then an activation for the baddies.
And an activation for the baddie.
So you can change the shank to a run if you want. I don't know how much that would help you, but... That was a not particularly good roll.
Was not a...
This second act here with the back-to-back fights is kind of rough. I didn't realize.
That happens in the third as well. So there is a reason why you might do a second, opt for basically a second montage instead of and foregoing one of the fights.
But see, Julie, we're very stubborn.
I know.
That's the problem.
And ornery. Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this one guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna shank him. I'm gonna move away, take a damage for it.
Okay. So
They
you wouldn't
activate.
take 2 damage.
I don't take
then.
any more damage.
Right. So that was the grunt that gave you damage,
Yeah,
specifically.
I'm gonna... Oh, I get a token for
Killing the grunt.
the
For
minion.
the henchman.
The henchman.
Yeah. So now you're back in the room with the grunt. This is your second attack roll. Fight roll. So you've got another movement, you've got a double melee, and then you've got a grunt activation. Or a bad guy
Right,
activation.
so I'm gonna turn my movement into a shank
Okay.
and kill the grunt. I'm gonna turn my double into a shoot
Okay.
and shoot the range guy.
Nope. You shoot the grunt.
Damn it.
Nice try, though.
Damn you, grunt. So I'm gonna take...
You're going to take a damage from the
from-
ranged guy, the gunman. So this is your final one. Are you moving into that last
Yeah.
room? Oh, boy, Josh. And you do get your star token there.
Do get a star token at least.
Makes you feel a little bit better. So what you roll?
Garbage.
So you're going to So you rolled 3 of the minion activations there. So you're
No,
going to...
2.
Oh, 2. I thought you rolled 3. I'm sorry.
No.
So you rolled 2. So you've got 1 ranged attack, and that's it.
Ranged attack.
Which you could turn into a double shank.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kill this guy here,
Okay.
and I get another token for killing another minion.
But now... Oh, yeah. That guy can't shoot you because you're in the same room as him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe when I leave, I'm gonna take 1 damage from running away from him.
So you're up to maximum damage there.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I need a nap.
A power nap?
Power nap.
No, but what does that actually mean in terms of the game?
It would mean if there was another combat phase after this, like I wouldn't be able to
because you have no more
Yep.
stamina, no more health left.
Oh, you forgot to move the camera. Thank you, Reliant Tech.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing in a board that's not even there.
It's this board over here.
Yep.
Josh beat him up, and well, he got beat up. That was it wasn't very good rolls there. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
you really
really-
do need your skill rolls.
Yep.
But you need to heal up first.
All right, so it's montage time.
Gonna need a montage.
So this would be the last montage, and then there will be 2 more fight scenes.
And we're gonna flip all these boards over too after this, right?
Actually, if you're at the end of the second fight, yes, you will now, before entering the third phase, you flip any that are still on level 2, and so that they're on the level 3 at the very least. So you did manage to clear a couple boards, but not all of them. So at this point, you would clear the ones that didn't get.
What do we do with the boss cards? The boss cards on them. Just discard them.
Discard them and put out new ones.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Matt.
So
Yeah.
all of my early game scouting. So these go to 3 now, right?
They go to 4.
They go to the 4. Oh, okay. So this is the Crest Heights. Let's see what we got here. This is gonna get really hard now.
Just a bit.
I mean, we did such a good job planning before, Josh. The 3 Palms. Ooh, that's fancy. And what's that one turning into? Oh, it's the warehouse.
Warehouse 55, 58.
Everyone loves a good warehouse battle. So we got to get these set up now. Need a couple. There's a lot of minions on these.
Yep.
This is it's almost like it was meant to be difficult or something.
Is that
Like
green
you
or yellow?
level up.
Matt?
Yeah.
Green. So Josh, I'm gonna need a bunch of stuff actually.
What do you need?
And gentlemen, just so you're aware, I'm going to set a timer now since you didn't have the timer out during the next fight scenes.
Oh man.
Sequences. And I'm going to start counting down.
Oh no, I need a green and a yellow, Josh. Okay, so yellow goes there, green goes there. Whoopsie daisy. And this is over here. So it's time for us to have a montage. So are you ready to roll?
Yeah, just a second. I'm just doing some setup.
Gonna have a montage. Okay, so we've got a pool here. Oh, I'm rolling all the speeds. This is great. So, this is what we got. I am still faster than you.
At the moment,
So I'm going to go first. I'm going to take one of these healths.
I will definitely take the other health.
I had a feeling you would. I am going to take a little lightning bolt guy here. So you're getting a speed and I'm getting a speed.
And we can't. Neither of us can change our dice.
Correctamundo. So it's time for us to organize our montage cards. So we've got 6. Pick 3. Put them in their respective spots. This is difficult. Okay. Oh boy, Josh, what are you doing?
I'm healing.
Don't do that. Oh, I'm having a really tough time of this right now. 3.
Gentlemen, what are you doing? Because
You're
we're
not-
just looking at you with your heads bowed down, which
I'm trying to figure out how I want to organize this, just because
he's
this
gonna
is
lose.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. I really do appreciate that. Sure, I'll do this. Okay. So, Josh, I'm
Okay.
up first. So I am going to be doing this little guy here. So I'm going to get one of the lightning bolts. It's on the 2-star. I'm going to add an additional one to it. I'll put a speed on there as well, because why not? So I'm going to get
4 points of buying.
4 points of buying.
What are you buying? The next slicer?
I actually am going to buy the next slicer. That is what I'm buying.
You don't want the point blank, which is the same thing but with guns?
No. I have enough ranged attack. I need more melee attack.
Okay.
That's my problem. So Josh, what's your first one there? And we got charge. Oh, you got another charge there if you want to use it.
First one up, I heal 3, but I also change 1 severe to a normal.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
So I also heal 3.
Okay.
So I'm going to remove a cube from my skill. So back up to kind of 4-ish dice.
You still have maximum hurt right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll take care of that later.
Okay, I'm just saying. So then I'm going to be doing my healing now. So I'm going to get 3 points of healing plus an additional 2 points of healing, and then the 1 speed. So I've got 5 healing in total. I'm going to use that to remove my severe broken injury, and then 1 of my health hurts as well. So Josh, what are you doing now?
I am also healing for 5. So I'm going to heal one of my other skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to... So that's for 3. And then I'm going to 2 of my hurt.
Okay. And then my final one here is I'm going to do 3 speed and then the scout. I don't have anything to spend on... Oh, actually, I do have some stuff to spend on the scout, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to gain 1 item upgrade. So I am going to grab some medicine because I'm looking a little beat up right now.
He took that from me. All right.
I hope you didn't want that, did you?
Kind of did.
Oh, too bad.
Wasn't necessary.
It's free medicine, too. I found this laying around. It's really nice.
I'm going to take the flashbang.
Medicine.
It's good for you. It builds character.
And the hollow point.
Okay. So it's going to go... Now we calculate the order.
Actually, no, I'm taking the brass knuckles.
We're going to set the player order. So, Josh, how much speed do you have?
5.
I have more than 5. I have 6.
Yeah.
That's more than 5.
I knew you were going first. I wasn't worried about that.
All right, so it's going to be the first combat round here. I am going to play a Prez from... Well, first I'm going to do a medicine here, so it's outside of the fight phase. I'm going to heal 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that to heal 2 of my health right now. So I'm immediately going to get it back just because I'm playing the Prez card from my hand. So I'm going to take a severe stress and then 2 hurts. So I don't really care about my stress right now.
Just remember, they're negative points at the end of the game.
That's fine. So I'm going to need a severe stress. Thank you, Josh. And it's time for me to go get some vengeance, and I think you know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to that Russian bathhouse down there just because I know what's going on. That's where my foe lies.
Okay.
So if you could please put me in that section over there.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Julie's
Are
gonna
you
time
busting
you.
down the door? Tell me when.
Wait, I don't have the dice yet. Josh stole all the dice from me. I'm going to roll 4 dice in my skill area. So, Julie, for the timer, is that for each one of the dice rolls, or is that the total?
Total for all 3.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm gonna flip the timer here too. And John's
All right.
gonna be able to watch it.
Go.
Hey, go.
Okay, so I'm going to move because I didn't move there. I'm going to do a double shank, so I'm going to take out... Or before I move, I'm going to go and I'm going to shoot him there with... Oh, no, I don't have a thing. Wait, no, I can't do that. No! Okay, yes, I've got a double shank, so I'm going to change that into 2 guns. So I'm going to use that to shoot this guy, and I'm going to shoot him, and I've got the headshot, so it's going to do 2 damage to him. I'm then going to use that my ability to run into the next room. That's going to be end of that round, so I'm going to roll my 4 dice again. So I'm going to roll a pull, and I'm going to stay where I'm at. I should have moved. That was bad.
Seconds.
I'm going to use this to change into 2 gunshots, so I'm going to use that to go pew-pew into the guys in the next room there. And unfortunately, I can't do anything else. So I'm going to now move into the next room at the beginning of the round. I'm going to go and I'm going to roll. And I got, oh boy, this is a really bad one. So actually, this is good. I got 2 of these, so it changes into a double shank.
You gain a double shank.
Yeah, I gain a double shank.
You still keep those.
Right. So I'm going to use the move action to move into the next room. So Josh, please move me into the next room there. Oh, before I do, I'm sorry. I'm going to shoot.
2 minutes.
I'm going to shoot the boss. I'm going to move into that room. I'm going to double shank the boss.
You shoot does how much damage?
2.
Okay, so that's 4 damage to kill the boss.
Yeah, kill the boss, and I can't do anything else.
Okay. So they activate. You're going to take 2 damage.
Yes. That was bad. That's really stressful.
I know, but it's much more like an action scene in a vengeance movie now, isn't it?
Take your 2 damage.
I need damage. Oh, no, I have cubes here. I take my 2 damage. I'm at maximum damage.
So you can't do combat next round.
That was the 3rd round.
You can't do combat.
Oh, for the next...
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So how many points do you get?
So I killed Prez, so I'm going to get 5 points for that.
Okay.
That's really... Julie, you're mean.
So, Julie, does this turn into a 4 or a different 3?
If you're... You've defeated the boss, so you would replace it with the next 3. Once you're out of 3s, then you
Okay.
would replace it with 4s.
Okay, so you got a new tile there.
What is this? Jordis?
Jordis.
It's a restaurant.
I have a feeling you probably said that wrong, but that's fine.
Jidor.
Just set up the board. All right, so Josh, do you know where you're going?
Nope.
Do you have any
maybe.
scout?
I do have scout.
Oh, okay.
So how many points did you? What's your total at?
My total right now is at 19 points. You're at 9.
So you're 10 points ahead of me.
I am. Also, did I get my star tokens for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you have the board over there? Just pass it over, and I'll look at it when you get a chance.
There's 2 star tokens.
Okay. So I didn't get any of them.
Then just put them. Just grab 2.
Okay.
All right. I need a boss card.
You need a boss
Oh,
card.
we never put boss cards in all the new places.
Oh, no, we did not. So boss card over here, boss card over here, boss card over here, and boss card over here. So you've got some scouting to do.
Okay. So you are 10 points ahead of me right now.
Yeah.
You can't do the next combat, so I have 2 combat turns to
Try and get more than 10 points.
try to get more than 10 points. If I kill Kaiser,
Kaiser.
and clear everything, that's gonna give me 8 points.
So more than likely you'll be able to do it fairly easily.
So I'm gonna go for it.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go.
No, I don't even have the freaking
You're right
dice.
there. No, go. Go, it
I need the
started.
green dice. You are a cheater. I am starting now.
So what'd you roll?
Of course, moving in. Pistol, double shank, another pistol.
So what are you
and
doing
then
with your attack?
activation. So, you turn the pistol.
Take your time. It's fine. You did no stress.
Yeah, no stress. It's fine. I'm gonna kill these 2 guys. I'm gonna.
How are you killing them?
You got to move the camera.
Oh,
can
yeah,
move the
thank you.
camera? Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.
Also, you're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot these 2. I'm gonna shank the red guy. I'm gonna take 1 damage from this guy.
Okay.
I got my 3rd token, so I got that achievement. So can you do that while I am?
The henchman hunt.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna take. You're gonna get 1 victory point for that. And our new one is going to be biding time. At the end of the next montage round, if you are the only player on the last position of the VP track, gain a victory point. There is no more montage rounds, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I could have done that. I'm gonna shank this guy.
Okay, shanky. And then what are you doing?
Or that would be double shank.
And
that's it.
Ooh.
I'm gonna move into this room.
Okay, and
Last
you get
roll.
your star token here and your star token here.
I'm rolling. I rolled
So you rolled 2 activations, a miss, and a
garbage.
double shank.
I rolled garbage.
So it looks like you can't even
30 seconds.
you can't even make it into that room with the boss, can you?
Nope. I can shoot.
Okay, so you shoot the henchman, and that's all you can do.
That's all I can do.
So
But I got 2 points.
you got 2 points.
And this resets.
So you got 2 points, and you had to discard one of your Kaisers there, right?
No, I don't have to discard. I didn't clear
Oh.
the room. I got
Oh, that's right. You didn't clear the room. So how'd you get 2 points?
I got 2 victory stars things. Sorry.
You cheater, pumpkin eater. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're doing that one more time.
Well, it's your turn now.
I'm dead. I'm really hurt. I'm laying in bed on my sick bed.
So you're going to do the optional montage.
Okay.
action.
So the optional montage action here. So I'm going to re-roll my I only have 2 dice now.
Yeah.
Josh doesn't get to pool anything.
No.
Correct.
But you can change one of the results.
Yeah,
'cause
so I
you
could-
still have the S.
I can change one of the results. So I'm going to change the S to the double hearts there, and then I get to reorganize my top row, the montage cards, right, Julie?
You can, yes.
Okay.
You're not going to get to fight, though. This is in lieu of doing a fight.
Right. So this is going to be to heal me up the best, I would imagine.
What was the new card that came out? Can I have the henchman hunt, please?
I don't know what you're asking for.
The new achievement card. What was it?
Biding time. It's for the next montage. If you're at the end of the player track, the victory point track during the next montage round. So I am going to heal up. I've got 4, 6, 8 points of healing. So I'm going to use that to take away 2 of my one severe and then my 1 minor stress here. So that's 7, and then I've got 1 left. So I'm going to take 1 of the health ones off. So that's going to be the end of my turn. Or then I'm going to get an additional 2 points of healing, which I'll use to take off these 2, and then I'm going to gain an item upgrade. Doesn't really matter. I'll just take some hollow point bullets so they look cool.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn, Josh.
And now the final fight. Tell me when you're ready, Josh.
The final fight.
I guess I'm trying this again.
I started the timer.
Jumping in the first room.
Okay.
Oh, garbage.
Garbage.
Turning one of my runs into a shanky shank. I shank this guy.
A shanky shank. That's the appropriate term there.
Technical term, yeah.
I have another movement. I'm gonna gain an attack this guy.
So that's you're using your one-time use brass knuckles. So this goes away.
And then I am going to.
Where are we on the board?
Same
spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my movement to go back 1.
So you would have gotten one of your star tokens for clearing out that room.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna jump back in this room.
And roly-poly again. You jump back to ignore the ranged attack from that one henchman there. So you got an activation for the baddies, a miss, and then 2 single shanks. So what are you doing with that?
I'm re-rolling all my dice.
Ooh, okay. So he's got a flashbang, and he's using that to re-roll all of his combat dice there. You rolled the exact same thing.
No,
No, you rolled 1 range attack now.
1 range attack. I'm
1
gonna
minute, 50 seconds.
shoot that guy.
He's going to shoot the grunt.
Changing my melee into a move to go into here.
So now the
Activate.
ranged guy can't hit you
guy
because
can't
you're in
hit
the
me.
same room. Final one here. You are... Ooh, some bad rolls there, Josh. So
Shank this guy and
same
another-
result.
I
You
get
get
another
another
star.
victory point. Another star token, and then you leave.
then I leave. I don't die.
That was
Okay.
bad.
I tried.
Okay, so that was the final fight now. And what comes after the final fight in the cinematic movie there?
The end. The
The
credits.
end. Fiend. Roll fiend.
Credits, yeah.
Yeah. So what do we have to do now, Josh?
Missions. Finish up tallying points. I think that's it, right, Julie?
You got it.
Okay, so missions. First is Overachiever. So the player with the highest number of scored achievement cards gains 3 victory points. I've got 1.
I got 1.
Okay, on a
We both gain
tie,
1.
both players gain 1. So you gain 1 and I gain 1. So Josh is at 11 and I am at... Did I go backwards?
Yes, you go backwards.
I
I'll let
got-
you do it. I'll let you take a point away from yourself.
I got 20. And then mission Wild One. The player with the most wild tokens at the end of the game gains 3 victory points. Josh, how many do you have?
8.
I have 6. So you're going to gain 3 victory points there. So 1, 2, 3. You're at 14. No ties, so that's that.
Okay. And Matt wins.
I win! So I've got 20 points. Josh has 14 points. And that is the end of our Tale of Vengeance. You look a little salty.
Trucker just
It's funny because in the first round, you were doing so well. I thought for sure
Nice.
you were going to steamroll through the game. But it looks like it's more balanced than I had anticipated there.
I was waiting for some stupid pun.
No,
I thought you had some stupid pun lined up for that, and
I was...
and you kind of let me down a little bit now.
I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, so thank you all for joining us this evening. This was our spotlight of Vengeance by Greenbrier Games. Stay tuned. We're going to be getting into the first look section of the game where we talk about our feelings of the game in terms of what we really liked about the game, what we enjoyed the most, and then any constructive criticisms that we have regarding the game. But before we go there, Julie, is there anything that you want to add about the game? We didn't get a chance to interview you beforehand. We got the game designer on who gave us his insight. But let's see the other side of the coin. What would you like to say about the game?
Honestly, how do I follow up on what Gordon has already said about it? So
Absolutely, yeah. He touched on pretty much every single point of the game, and including the ones we didn't think about. He touched everything.
I will say that, you know, I kind of talked about it in the comment thread that it's not something that we ourselves made. We published it here in the Western Hemisphere, but it clearly looks like something that Greenbrier Games would have picked up in the first place. So for something that we haven't made ourselves, we found it very near and dear to our heart, both in theme, in feel, in the miniatures, the style of the art, and everything like that. We thought it was fantastic. So, and it comes out in retail on Wednesday. So
Woo.
if you like it, go to your local game store, pick it up.
Go support your friendly local game store.
Yeah.
I do have to admit, yeah, this definitely has a feel of a lot of the games in your catalog there for sure. It fits in nicely.
Yeah.
Round peg in a round hole.
There we go. But thank you so much for having us on, and it's always good to hang out with you guys. And I guess that's my cue. I appreciated the cat coming in because I don't know if you got to see on my posts were of my cat inside the box because it's a massive box, and so I of course took the lid off, and he was like, "Yay, home!" and was defending himself. So there's a picture of my cat baring his teeth on the Twitter.
It's a mat in the box now.
Yeah, looks
All
just
right.
like that.
Julie, thank you so much for joining us, and more importantly, trying to kill me. I really do appreciate it. And everyone, stay tuned. We're going to get into the honest review section. But for now, this is Twist Gaming signing off. I'm Matt.
I'm Josh.
And thanks again, Julie. And we would like to point out one more time that this week's streams, as well as the stream, is sponsored by Vengeance by Greenbrier Games. So definitely go check it out. Be right back, guys.